gain the ability to be able to kill a giant? Like, how does it even work? He was alone. Who was he? See, just because David was in a field with only sheep for months at a time doesn't mean that he was by himself. He was by himself alone. David was with God in some of the most intimate times of his life. At one-on-one time with the God of the universe. And during that time, it shaped him. It shaped him into who he was to become. And what that says to us is this idea that we are never alone if we allow God to be with us. But some of the most important times that we have when it comes to community is not when we're with other people, it's when we're just with God. Just us and God. And I'll tell you what, that might be more scary than being here on a group table with a bunch of guys. When God calls us, a lot of the times we're by ourselves. We're alone. He's speaking to us. And in those moments, that's when you can have some of the freshest, most important community that you can ever imagine. Is when you're with God by yourself. So community doesn't have to be all the time with other people. In fact, it's vital that sometimes it's just you and God.
with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. 'Cause I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave.
We said early on when we first started promoting this event that we wanted to provide a prize for those who signed up first. So this year we're actually drawing for one name. We had 10 guys who were first this year. These strips were cut this morning down in Sonora. Woo! For you guys. Okay? So it's fresh. And that's the piece of meat that the guy's getting. Yeah, I know.
Austin McFan.
I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. And I am surrounded by the arms of the Father, and I am surrounded by songs of...
God created us for community. From the very beginning, He said it is not good for man to be alone, so that's why He created Eve. It wasn't enough to hang out with the aardvarks. He said we have to have something else there. He said it's not good. So when we're by ourselves, we're not good. He said that from the very beginning. He created us to have life with people. Because community ultimately is our life source. See, my friends, there's a way that you can relate to this, and a lot of ways we kind of look at community like this kind of water. You know, like whenever I need some community, I'll just take a drink and get my fill, and I'm pretty good, you know. And then maybe I'll go with my life a little bit more, and you know, oh, I'm getting a little thirsty. I might need to hang out with my boys, so I drink a little bit more, and you know, and then go a little bit longer. And then, you know, it's been a while since I've, you know, so I'm gonna drink a little bit more. So we look at community kind of like that. But see, God made us want to have community like this. That we can't survive unless we're in it. And the scary part is when we start thinking that we don't need it anymore. And when we feel like we don't need it anymore, all of a sudden, we're a fish out of water. So how many of you feel like this right about now? Feel like you're flopping around on the side of life, trying to catch your breath, trying to figure out what you want to do next, if you can do anything next? See, God created us to be in here, but so many of us are right here right now. We're fighting for our life. We're hoping we can figure it out on our own. And God's saying, created you for something different. I created you to be in community. We fight.
You want to?
We fight. And we fight. Until we finally give up and go back to where we should be. There's two ways to look at community. Either something that we need every now and again, or something that we can't live without. My friends, there's too many of us that are flopping around on the side of the road right now, hoping that maybe a fish will start to breathe air. But we're men that need community. We need water to make us survive.
I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God.
For I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. For I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99, and I couldn't earn it. I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
In the middle of the dirt, in the middle of my pain, in the middle of the dark, in the middle of my shame, in the middle of the mud. When I'm standing in the rain, you remain, never change. Yeah, you came, I ain't broken without you, hopeless without you. When I have no worth, you show me my value. I was your foe, but you came and you vouched for me. Ever since the day that you brought your love down to me, I couldn't reach you, you came to me, hung in my place, and you took all the blame for me. Once I was lost, but you met me, you changing me. Now I am found and I see what I'm made to be. I was your enemy, I turned my back on you. You off a life, but I went down my avenue. Thought I was too far from you and that I couldn't capture you. You came to me and there's nothing I had to do. There's nothing I had to do. Nothing I had to do.
Today's wrapping up here, leaving the mountain. My name's Robbie. Just want to say how thankful I am and grateful I am that we get to do all this stuff together. See you, Ryan. And I love you guys, and I can't wait for next year to see what God's going to do. And all right, we'll see you later, all right?
It's been a great experience for me and my son. Appreciate you guys having this. Look forward to coming again next year. Thank you.
It was great going up the mountain with 100 other guys, knowing that everyone was there to seek the Lord for the same purpose. I have a hard time meeting new people, and there were a lot of new faces there, but knowing that everybody was there just to reach out for a greater piece of God's glory really made us feel like brothers rather than a bunch of strangers, and I made a lot of new brothers. God was good.
What did this weekend mean to me? Just look behind me. God's country, God's community. Taking time out of my life to commune with my Crossroads brothers, talk with God, talk to Jesus, rejuvenating, refreshing. Meeting dozens of other gentlemen who've had similar experiences to me. Meeting dozens of other gentlemen who've had very opposite experiences to me. All sharing the exact same bond, the love of Jesus Christ. Men coming together in a deeper community. There are older men speaking into younger men. Men sharing truth with other men and other brothers sharing their failures and successes. This is the way God intended it to be. I've been attending Crossroads since 2008, and for one reason or another, I've never attended this retreat. I used to attend these all the time. What was I thinking? I was greatly encouraged by the work God was doing in the heart of men throughout the church. Seeing God move in the hearts of men has deeply challenged me to continue leading and going after the heart of men for God, especially the fathers. Thank you to Crossroads Men's Ministries leadership team for putting this all together. Thank you to Pastor Brian for investing in us. And I'll always be thankful to Pastor Mike Moore. Count me in for 2019.
Coming after me, coming after me, coming after me.